So back in 2018, as a staff, we had to take this course just for the safety of the children of our church, and just being aware that things can arise within kids ministry. And as I was going through the course, and they were talking about how sexual abuse usually happens in closer relationships with people that you know, places you feel most safe, all of a sudden I couldn't keep watching the videos anymore. And I couldn't keep going through the curriculum, and I wasn't quite sure why, and then it clicked, because that happened to me. I was sexually abused as a little girl by my cousin, and in that moment, everything that happened to me started flooding back into my mind. All the memories, every detail, every feeling that I had as a little girl that I didn't know what was going on, that came back. And I just remember not being able to finish the course, needing to go home. I never struggled with anxiety or anything like that, and I just was a complete and total wreck. At the same time, probably within like the next couple of months, I think, is when things started to really escalate with the SBC and the cases of abuse that had been reported there. And as a staff, we, as a good thing and responsibly, were talking about it. But I just remember that also being such a huge weight on me as I was trying to figure out what was going on with myself in that moment as well. I just remember this dark time of my life, the most difficult, hardest, darkest thing I think I've ever been through. Because I felt even whenever I was going through it, I was just like, oh, will this ever end? And even though I knew that the Lord would provide for me, there was still a lot of doubt. I think it was just like I woke up each day and my thoughts were, I can't do this on my own, so Lord, I need you. Being able to, even if you don't believe it at every moment of every day, like being able to take the time to say, okay, Lord, I know you have this. Like, I know you're holding me. And like speaking truths over myself even when I didn't feel it. Because it's like it's a weird space whenever what you're going through is not something that you brought on yourself. And so it took a lot of just letting go and trusting that the Lord would be working in my heart. This all happened really shortly after I took the job as the worship director. And I just remember thinking to myself, I can't have this job. I am going through the thick of it right now, and I feel like I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be, teaching and encouraging and leading the congregation in worship or liturgy. I just felt so out of place. But I just remember talking with Joe and just expressing Joe, I am so anxious. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't know how I'm going to do this every week. I don't know how I can even get my tasks done, or how, let alone I can just get up there on stage and do this. And as hard as that was, I am really thankful that I took that job and the timing of it all, because I think it was just a really helpful reminder in all of that no, remember that the Lord is with you. Remember that He loves you, and You are an image bearer of him, and he's going to take care of you. And I think today that has really impacted just how I lead and how I write liturgy and how I choose songs and how I respond, because in my mind, coming out of that is a huge blessing and just providence of God. And so I just let it all go, I guess. No, but I feel like I can't help but to sing as loud as possible. It's just like impossible for me to hold anything back. I can't think of any way that I made it out of that time other than being held by God. And I think about just the people that the Lord placed in my life, people that I didn't even tell. Like, I didn't share my story with many people or what I was wrestling with because there was a lot of shame involved. But the friends that were placed in my life who kept saying, hey, like, are you okay? Have you gone to see a counselor? And pushed me through that. The times where I couldn't get out of bed and didn't think I would ever make it anywhere that day, there was something still pushing me to move forward. And I just feel such a privilege to be a child of God. The immense love and grace and mercy and all of that I was met with during that time, it's hard for me not to see myself as completely loved by God.